of us can recognise really terrible design when we encounter it. And only this week I've encountered 3 examples of really appalling design. I have a house in Cumbria, and I use the train to get there, and the train I use is Virgin trains. And they're unbelievably badly designed. There's no space for the luggage, and the loos, because it's a pendolino, which means it sways as it goes round a corner, they didn't work this out, that the loos would also sway. And they leak, and they smell. I mean, absolutely disgusting. And inside the cabin of the loo, the button you press to lock the door and the button you press to sound the alarm are next door to each other. So, and then the one to open the door is next door to that. So, quite often. Anyway, you can imagine what happens. And who designed these trains? Were they called a designer? I mean, were they Earthlings or were they Martians? And did they know anything about suitcases or bodily functions? I think not. So is what I know about design, when I know it's not, I know that something is badly designed, is it because it's not fit for purpose? And do I know it's good design when it works well? And is that all I know about design? Perfectly possible. But I hope and think that there's more to it than that. Good and pleasing design has harmony, and it can be simple or complicated, useful or ornamental, humble or exotic. But as long as it exists within the natural order, it will resonate with it. And I once sat next to Philippe Starck at dinner, and he described how he worked night and day, every minute that he could, because he was so full of ideas that were he had to get them out. And he also said that his brain made a noise. And he's demonstrated this strange thrumming, pulsating, weird, like a space station noise. It was like a tumble dryer in another room. And vroom, vroom. He said, I am a genius, and my brain makes this noise. And strangely, it didn't seem odd, because he just said it so, in such a sort of matter-of-fact way, and he was so explicit. And it occurs to me that he was describing a highly, highly developed ability to resonate with the harmony. And he was resonating in harmony, but in harmony with what? And now I get sort of lost, because in harmony with the energy or the life force, and something he sensed rather than he understood. And he, it seems to me, had a connection to something that the rest of us are barely aware of. But I believe that it's in our response to design that we come closest to engaging with the harmony or the disharmony of the world about us. And that the more we listen to our responses and our instincts, the more developed they become. And for my part, I may not have a profound, educated knowledge of design, but over the years, I've become aware that I have a very physical reaction to it. And I've learnt to trust this rather strange, almost it's like another sense. Obviously, I spend a lot of time selecting what gets featured in the magazine, and after 18 years of doing so, my eye's pretty tuned. And I believe I can separate the good from the not so good, and the stylish from the pretentious, and the exotic from the vulgar. But occasionally I come across something that has nothing intrinsically wrong with it, but it troubles me because there isn't anything obviously wrong with it, but it's not right either. And the more I look at it, the more physical discomfort I feel. And it's not exactly a pain or nausea or feeling faint, but it's a slight combination of all of those things. And equally, when I'm looking at something exceptionally beautiful, my spirits lift and I breathe deeply and I smile and I start to hum. So when it comes down to it, I just know that I know that I know, but I can't tell you why.